Hey, Sean.
Hey, Cassandra,
I have a question for you.
ask away.
So, has there ever been a time where you locked yourself in a closet with a margarita machine, had conversations, and got drunk?
All yes, except for I've never had a closet that locked. So I don't know what kind of closets you've been hanging out in, but I've never had a closet that had a lock on it.
Well, guess what?
I mean, what?
We can actually do that in the comfort of our own studio and not have to worry about looking weird.
Oh, okay. Yes, I agree.
This is Closet Margaritas, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm Cassie,
I'm Sean.
and we are just two married parents that we're trying to navigate this cold world and raise kind humans as well as keep our relationship nice and strong.
That part.
So why don't we explain to the people? I kind of did already, but what does Closet Margaritas mean? Where did it come from?
Well, the name came well after the meaning, if you will. As my lovely wife mentioned, we had three small crumb snatches, and we were just hustling and bustling, rubbing two pennies together, making it work. And we like libations; they're nice to us.
Yeah.
And we like talking to each other.
Yes.
And so my wife came up with the idea of saying, well, hey, why don't we take all of that into the closet? And at first I was a little apprehensive just because I was like, well, we have an entire house. But, her being a little smarter than me, she said, well, what about the blending? Because we used to love getting those, the Bacardi ones.
Yeah,
as a
those
matter of fact.
frozen ones. And we would pour it in the blender, but we didn't
squeeze it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to wake the kids up. So I was like, let's just bring this party to the closet.
Yeah.
And then we would literally sit like crisscross applesauce, have conversations, and by the time you knew it, we were already lit off of our margaritas.
And what was cool about it is in that closet space, it's not a lot of space. I mean, we're not ballers like that. Definitely weren't ballers then. But it allowed you to have an intimate space of sharing conversation. You can't run away from anything at that point. But that is what spawned Closet Margaritas.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Who are you?
I am Cassie. I am a 38-year-old wife and mother, and I am from Arlington, Texas, and I am a Cancer. Okay. And so I get along with everyone. And what I bring to this show is just not only the female perspective, I'm all the way team girl, but also I am a Zennial, which means I'm a geriatric millennial.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah. It's an old thing, it sounds like.
And who are you?
Well, before I say that, I thought you were from Mansfield.
I went to Mansfield. I'm from Arlington, Texas. Do you not know me?
So obviously I'm not from Texas. I do know you, but I feel like Arlington and look, I don't want no hate mail, but yeah, it feels kind of the same.
Well, it kind of was the same back in the day, but anyways.
That's what I thought.
Who are you?
Oh, I am Sean. So I reign from the great state of sunflowers in the middle of fields and cornfields and just an amazing whiz-based life. Kansas.
Whiz base.
A whiz base, yeah. Yeah, the whiz. The wizard. I am a Gemini, so that means I bring a lot to the table.
A lot of people to the table.
Why not? I am 46 years old. And I thought about this today, and I've always heard like over the hill, and I've always heard that 50 was like you're over the hill. I've never heard like 60, 70. So I bring to the table the perspective of the people that are either at the hill, nearing the hill, or slightly after the hill. I feel like people that are around the hill are starting to, become empty nesters. They're starting to see more financial freedom. They're starting to understand more about themselves and their mortality and what they what type of legacy they want to leave on Earth. So that's what I bring.
Yeah, well, I don't like climbing hills, so I'm just in the pasture with a nice cocktail and picking flowers. I don't do hills.
Well, I mean, we live in Cedar Hills, so I think we do hills.
Cool. Well, okay, real quick. This is going to be a short episode, you guys, before we get into the juicy stuff in the next episode. But I just kind of wanted to explain how and what we're talking about on
Right.
Closet Margaritas. And so basically, we'll talk about relationships. We'll talk about friendships, parenting, just things that have something to do with relating to one another. And we're going to bring on different perspectives and some tips and tricks when appropriate to certain issues. So it's definitely going to be a good time.
Agreed.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about the format of the episodes?
So the format, Cassie mentioned like kind of the material that we're going to cover, but the format is more question and answer based and discussion behind those questions. We'll have a series of questions for each topic. The interesting part of each show, not the biggest part, but the interesting part of the show, with it being Closet Margaritas, is the spicy margarita question. And that could be a series of questions. It doesn't have to be just one question, but these are meant to be the questions that really get you out of your comfort zone, because that's when you grow the most, is when you get out of your comfort zone. So definitely stay tuned to the latter part of the show, over the hill part of the show, and definitely weigh in.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, I think that's it, guys. That's pretty much just a quick rundown of what we're going to be bringing to the table. And so I hope that you guys join us, pour yourself a drink. If you don't drink, if you're sober, get you a nice water or some juice, okay? And we can just have some adult conversations and have fun while we're doing it.
Right. So remember, pour the drink, not the tea.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we do want to pour some tea. We'll see.
Yeah.
Bye.